Mayo!
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Random Select Podcast, and I am your host, Mario. It is the podcast that's all about thought-provoking talk, and it is the podcast that lets you know that talk can be turned all the way up. Thank you for hanging out with me. I truly appreciate that. Don't forget, people, you can find me out there everywhere social media is at. I am on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Facebook, all those places, you know what I mean, Twitter. So if you want to get at me, there's no particular reason that you can. Just click any one of those things on the screen if you're watching it from the YouTube standpoint, or just go to any one of those platforms if you're listening to it from the audio standpoint. But either way it go, I am Mario. Thank you for tuning back in with me. I ain't gonna be here long. I'm just want to get in and say what I got to say. Then get the hell up out of here, baby. Y'all know how we do right here on the Random Select. I tell you what's going on in my life. I tell you what's going on in the world. I give you a few random thoughts, and then I get up out of here because I don't want to take up too much of y'all time. You know, most of y'all, focusly challenged. Can't stay focused on too many things for too long. So I try to cater to those people that's, brains are constantly changing. The channels of their brain, of their mind are constantly changing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But and people don't think that's a knock on people with autism or anything like that. I have an autistic daughter, and I'm just saying that some of y'all have been going on way too long undiagnosed. But either way it go, undiagnosed or diagnosed, I am happy to have you here into the Random Select Podcast. Don't forget, I have a beautiful team of people that I share a podcast with over there on Thing or Two About Life, the Total Podcast. Don't forget, we are partner podcasts. They are I and I are they. So we work together. We all up under the same umbrella. So please support them, support us, support me, all of that good stuff. Okay, so now that we got all of that out the way, don't forget, people, that you can always email me to randomselect@gmail.com, and that's randomselect, that's select with two T's, SELECTT. If you got anything you want to get up off your chest, you got anything that you want to say, good, bad, negative, or indifference, I am here, I am listening, and I am ready to rock. I am ready to roll. Let me just check these sound levels, because I'm doing all of this and I might not even be getting no damn sound. All right. So this is what I want to talk about, and then I'm going to get in here. I'm going to get up out of here, then I'm going to move on. And thank you for hanging out with me and bearing with me. As a man, we've been taught our whole life that women are smarter than us. Women think more logical than we do, and therefore women, by process of elimination, make better decisions than we do. That's what we've been taught our whole life. We've been pretty much taught that when it comes to a woman, they are superior in every way, except for maybe physically, and we are inferior in every other way except for maybe physical. And I just have lived life long enough to be able to pull this particular card right here. I would like to call women to the front of the table, and I would like to cash in my bullshit chip. Yep, I would like to cash in my bullshit chip. Because as I've gotten older, I realized that is complete and utter BS. Complete and utter bullshit. You can't paint with a big broad brush and say that women are smarter than men, period, point blank, end of story, and close the case. There's nothing to see here, Johnson. You can't do that, because you have to take it on an individual by individual basis, because as the older I get, I realize that there's a lot of women out there who have scoundrel in them as well as men do. Now, granted, it's inherently universal accepted that sometimes us men are not right and we go too far, and we do some unscrupulous stuff. We do some gutter back alley stuff that most women wouldn't even comprehend to think of, or so we thought. But as time go on, you're starting to realize that there's a lot of women out there that are just not right. You got men who got 4 kids by a woman, or so he thought, allegedly, and come to find out that none of the kids are his. You got women that's out there who love people or getting to know people and setting them up to be robbed, killed, murdered, but yet and still, sorry about that, but yet and still they claim that they love the person that they were with. You got women that telling you right now everything is about the bag. Hold on, put that. You got women out there that's telling you everything is about the bag. Nothing else matters. They're willing to sell their soul. They're willing to sell you under the bus. They're willing to sell their mama under the bus. They're willing to sell their kids under the bus, all for the proverbial bag. So when they tell us that women are better, I'm telling you, I call BS on that bullshit, because some women definitely have scoundrel in them. We're seeing women do the most unspeakable things right now in history. Now, at any point in history. Now, what we would say, and what some women would say, would be the argument is that right now, at this point in history, they're doing to us what we've always done to them. So, which goes back to my thing, if y'all smarter than us, it just took y'all to now. It just took y'all to 2023 to realize what's been going on, what has been transpiring between you and a man, and y'all just decided that y'all want to be boss bitches. Y'all just decided y'all want to try to be all ruthless and cold and heartless, and now you want to flip the switch. So that begs to me to say, oh, they smarter than us, right? And it also makes you say that if y'all smarter than us and y'all understand a basic core principle about men, right? The basic core principle is that we want sex from you guys and you guys want our money. And y'all could debate it all you want. Y'all can tell me that love and all of that plays a major role, which it does. But I'm just telling you, when you boil it down to the basic principles of what people are looking for out there, right here, right now, not 15 years ago, not 20 years ago, not doing the Civil War, not doing Jim Crow or anything like that. I'm talking about right here, right now, what people are looking for. Women are trying to get the bag, the men are trying to get the ass. It boils down to something simple like that. If you ain't got the money for the women, then there's no play. And the man feel like that they willing to come up off the money if she willing to come up off the ass. And we could debate this. We can go back and forth. Leave a message in the comments. Let me know how you feel about this. Let me know if I'm way off basis on this. Or let me know, do you side with me? Or let me know if you could kind of see it both ways. But either way it go, let me know. So if women know that at our core, inherently, we're trying to get to the nookie. We're trying to get the coochie, the cookies, the wop, however you want to term that or phrase that. If y'all know that's what we're trying to get to. And we know that y'all are trying to get to the money. We've known this for a long time. We've known this forever. We've adapted and shaped our game around this because we're smart enough to understand that that's what you want. That's what we'll put out there to flat in front of your face. That's what we're willing to give you. That's what we know what it takes to get to a certain place. Now, y'all women know deep down in your core, in your soul, what we want. But y'all still hold out this little naivety to say that I thought he wanted more. I thought we was on a different level. I thought we bonded. I thought we connected. I thought we were vibing. You bonded. You connected on a different level and you were vibing as long as he felt that there was a chance for him to get the coochie. For him to bend you over and smack that thing. For him to potentially let off his kids dead off in your grill or down your throat, depending on how nasty you are. But then when either he got it or when you came to the realization that that's all he wanted, and then y'all say he changed. He never changed. He was always that particular way. You just choose to see him the way you wanted to see him. And once again, not all men are this particular way. Not all women are this particular way. I'm just telling you how the game has changed, how the game it seems to be played now. Y'all do not understand that we are trying to get to the nookie. Y'all are trying to get to the money. But the thing about it is, y'all really truly believe that y'all supposed to get to the money before we get to the nookie. And with that philosophy and looking at it like that, that's why so many relationships are flawed. That's why so many encounters are flawed, because people are not being 100% actual and factual and real about what they expect and what they want when they go dealing with people. It would be so much better if people could just say, hey, look, I got $250. That's all I got to spare. That's all I'm going to spend. I'm willing to give it to you. I don't want to go out. I don't want to go to no concert. I don't want to do this. I just want to give you this $250 for maybe if you just spend the night. I just want to knock the box out. I want to blow your back out. I just want to get me some head. I want to get me some fellatio. Maybe I'll cook you breakfast in the morning. Then you, at the end of the night, you just shake my hand. You take my $250. You go on about your business. And that's that. That way you understand what was going on up front. She understand what was going on the back end. Nobody's disappointed, nobody's heartbroken, and nobody has any complaints, because right from the jump, we both knew what we were getting into. We both knew what road we was going down, and we enjoyed ourselves. And at the end, it was just that, the end. And we went on about our separate ways with no heartbreak, no animosity, no pity parties, no talking to your best friend sessions about why did he do me like this, no talking to therapy or your mom and talking about I thought he was different. But y'all still walk around saying that y'all the smartest, y'all smarter than us, because y'all still believe when sometimes the signs pointing exactly to where this is going to lead, but you still decide to take that detour anyway, because you feel that he's different and you can be the one to change him. Even though there's evidence, because chances are a lot of y'all be messing around with people y'all know, stole your best friend, girl, boyfriend, messing around with your cousin, friends, or people that you know. Every sign that person had showed you that he wasn't no good. Showed you that he was filled completely up with scoundrel. And once you decide to mess with him, that lets the world know, that lets him know, and lets your soul know that you got some scoundrel in you too, baby. You ain't that pristine, crystal clean person that you've been out here portraying yourself to be. You ain't that person where you feel like, girl, it couldn't be me. Because at the end of the day, when the lights ain't shining and there's nobody looking, and you're all alone in the dark with nothing but your inhibitions and your dirty, your nasty little thoughts and your secrets and that dude you shouldn't even be with, you realize that is you. And you have scoundrel in you as well. So I said all that to say, I'm coming on here doing this rant just to say that I know for a fact as I get older, women are not more intelligent than men. Women are not more logical thinkers than men. It depends on the woman. It all should depend on the individual basis, because you can't say men are broad stroke brush painting better than women in this particular era and vice versa. You have to say that woman thinks better than that particular man. You just can't say all women are slicker and smoother and do their dirt better than we do, because as time go on, I realize they don't. And just a lot of times we have allowed ourselves to think that this is a good girl. She could never do this. She could never go down this road. She could never lie to me. She wouldn't dare go out and get pregnant on me and have kids by another man. And she wouldn't dare have the audacity to make me think that these are my kids and let me raise these kids like they were my own until they get to a certain age where they're old enough to understand what's going on. And then that other shoe drops and says that these kids are not yours. These kids were never yours. And now you have to go back and tell kids that you've loved your whole life that they're not yours. You're the only father that these kids have ever known, because the scoundrel in their mother portrayed this lie, lived this lie, and was willing to take this lie to her grave, all to protect the fact that she is quote unquote a good woman. Do y'all understand the fallacy in that? Do y'all understand the hypocrisy in that? They try to make it seem like that they walk this great, wonderful path of virtuoso, being virtuous. And they want us to think that if God ever came back when he parted the suns and these harps would be playing, that he snatch up all the women, when some of the women should run and hide and be afraid of the wrath just like any other man, because some of y'all are just scoundrels just like us. Now, I'm finna wrap it all up and put a little bow on it. I'm just over here ranting, but I'm ranting with a purpose. I'm ranting with a specific theme in mind. I'm ranting because I'm finna tie it all together to tell you what made me say this. I've been married to a person for 23 years, 24, 23, right? And in that process of me being married to that particular person, I've never forgotten a birthday. I've never forgotten an anniversary, but they have on several occasions. Giving you, we share 3 kids together. You never forget their birthdays, and you never, you just never do. You never forget your parents' birthday. You obsess over what I'm gonna get them and what I'm gonna get them. But when it comes to me, when it comes to our anniversary, you never remember. You never obsess on it. I mean, literally, I become, an afterthought. And that's when I start to think that y'all like to say, oh, the man don't ever remember anniversaries, don't ever remember birthdays. And I was like, you can't say men do that. You have to say that individual particular guy does that, because in that particular relationship, I remembered everything. But they didn't. Bought jewelry on every anniversary, birthdays, Coach bags, and things like that. Materialistic things, by the way, that they never really wear. They never really appreciate the stuff I did. And today is that person's birthday, and they said that I didn't say happy birthday to them, which I did say happy birthday, because they brought it up to my son and said, you didn't say happy birthday to your mom. And right when they said that, I said, tell your mom happy birthday, and happy birthday from me as well. Now, did I get her something for her birthday? No, not this year. No, I did not. I'll get her something for Mother's Day, because I respect the fact that she's the mother of my kids. But for the past 5-6 years, I have not received anything for my birthday. Oh, we got, bills to pay, or you always tell me, last couple years you told me you don't want nothing for your birthday. I haven't told this person they don't want anything. I don't want anything for my birthday in over 5 years. That was 5 years ago. But I'm saying all this to say, the argument she had for her not remembering anniversaries and my birthday is that we don't ever do anything special on those on the anniversary or my birthday, so therefore she have no incentive to remember them. So I'm saying all of this as a man. That was a big blow, because one, you have really started taking me for granted. So I told her, my response to her, you're to the point where you have stopped seeing me. And if you have stopped seeing me, then you don't need to see me. And at that point I felt like that if you're getting to the point where you're taking me for granted like that, and you're saying things like that, you don't see me anymore. You don't recognize what my value is to your life anymore. You don't recognize the value that I bring to this family when you don't take the time to understand and recognize significant events that deal with me, but you do with everybody else. That says a lot. And that tells me that you have scoundrel in you. You don't even care enough to coax my feelings anymore. You don't even care enough to try to smooth it over or say the right things. You don't even care enough to know to wonder if this may or may not hurt me what you just said. You don't care enough to know that touched me in a way that made me say, you got scoundrel in you. You're the type of woman that will let a man go out there and work himself to death, kill himself, work himself to the bone, and not appreciate it and saying, well, how hard are you working? Sheila boyfriend, he died 2 weeks ago. He died before you because he was working harder than you. Y'all were the same age. He died 2 weeks ago. That means you're not working hard enough. And when you're in a relationship with a person and you start to take them for granted and you start not to really pay attention to the little small intricacies of the relationship, when everything is just clear cut and dry to you, there's no more gray areas. You're not interested in what makes them happy anymore. You figure you know them through and through. Then in that particular point, y'all might well come to the realization and come to the conclusion that maybe y'all run y'all course. And that's what I've done. Maybe we've run our course. I've come to the realization that because for you to make a statement like that, and her words were, I'm just telling you the truth, how I see it, the God honest truth. And when you tell me that's the God honest truth, then I have no choice but to reply back to you with that same energy, that same vibe, the God honest truth. If you stop seeing me, then maybe you need to stop seeing me. And that's why I say sometimes we put women up on the pedestal to make them be the mother of our land, the queen of our earth. And truth of the matter is, just like not every man deserves to be a king, not every woman deserves to be a queen. And that's just keeping it real with y'all. That's just keeping it 100%. Just like men got scoundrel in them, so do. Alright, I'm gonna keep that right there, people. That is it. I told y'all I was gonna get in, get out, and move on. I want to thank y'all for letting me rant and tell you about my life. As I like to do on these podcasts, I appreciate it. I try not to make the podcast that long anymore because I told y'all a lot of y'all, just can't pay attention. But hopefully I gave you enough good stuff in there to make you want to listen and tell a friend and tune in again and come back the next time I have a podcast. Go ahead and click that notification bell. Go ahead and subscribe every time I drop a video. That way you'll know when it's up there. That way you'll know when I'm about to get on here and run my mouth again. That way you will know Random Select Podcast is back with your boy Mario. Alright, so with that being said, I am out. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you guys, and don't forget to follow me on all the social media platforms and all of those good things. And don't forget to check out thing or two about life over there on Facebook. Don't forget to go to the Random Select page on Facebook. We are partner podcast. We do it together. This is what I do over here, and that's what we do together over there. But either way it goes, it's all under the same umbrella, and we just family. Until then, people, Mayo out.
Mayo!
Glad you could make it!
You can clap now.